Alright, now we're on air.
Cool.
I have some old reviews, and here I have. You guys, you introduce yourselves.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll just start then. Hi, I'm Newmoon Gazelle, and I do videos concerning everything art related, animation related, and anime.
Yeah, hey, what's up, guys? Boris Anime here. Um, Excited to be in this live stream. I do One Piece Treasure Cruise free-to-play mobile game and other One Piece discussions. And then we got that's my parrot. And then we got our third member here.
What up, guys? I'm Admiral Black, and I'm here to talk about some of that One Piece. About it?
Yeah.
Yes, let's get started.
Alright. When it comes out, Alabasta, you want to talk about like where it all begins, or about the new characters, or anything you want to talk about, like stand out.
Let's start at the beginning. Let's start with do you want to cover the whole saga or just the arc? Because if you want to cover the saga, we can do all the way back to when we first meet Princess Vivi. I don't know if you guys covered that in the last one or not.
No, we actually really didn't cover much on her.
So the first time we met Princess Vivi, or otherwise back then she was like Miss Wednesday maybe, or what was? You remember what she was? Yeah. What did you guys ever think that she'd end up being? Such an important character.
I had no idea. I thought she was just one of those fodders that Luffy was correct.
Yeah,
they got
that was
wrecked, man.
They did. And the last thing I thought was that she'd be somebody important, especially a princess, and like half the arc will revolve around her.
Yeah.
Well, I always thought of her as kind of a fodder character, as Admiral put it, and so I think she was actually my very first, real surprise in One Piece, like the first real, twist in the story.
That's true.
I didn't expect anything special with her either. I thought, if anything, it would probably be more like a one-shot kind of deal, not a whole like project drawn out about her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you guys actually like her as a character?
I kind of enjoyed her, kind of didn't.
I liked her. I kind of wish she would have joined the crew. It makes perfect sense why she didn't, but I would have liked to seen her join the crew. I think that would have been really cool. I hope she comes back one day later, maybe join the crew, or at least be an ally or something.
I wasn't the biggest fan of her when I first saw her, but she did have Karu, which is Karu was awesome.
Yeah. Karu is the man.
Karu was awesome, and then some of if we look at the most recent arc, in my opinion, that made me really appreciate Vivi because she was like a better version of Rebecca in my opinion. So I really looking back at it, I'm a big fan of Vivi now. So
I like her because she was very level-headed. She was a lot more level-headed than a lot of the other people in the crew, and I felt like Luffy's crew kind of needed that.
I mean, she slap Luffy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got on top of him and like started beating on him. And
I mean,
she does cry. She does cry a lot less than Rebecca, at least.
Yeah.
I think that's what everybody hated about her. Rebecca is that crying.
Vivi had a few cry moments, but each one.
She gets fight. I mean, you gotta realize Vivi infiltrated one of the top organizations in the Grand Line at the age of 16 and became a ranked member.
Vivi crying made perfect sense. Like when she cried, it made sense.
Yeah, it made complete sense when she cried.
It wasn't unnecessary.
Some of Rebecca's makes sense, but she just overdoes it. Vivi, everything kind of ties to make, like, each moment was kind of something big for her.
Yeah, because everything was riding on her. It was sort of like she felt like she had some sort of power to actually do something, right? She was the princess, and people did know her as the princess. Whereas Dressrosa, because of everything that had happened, people didn't really see Rebecca as like anything important. So, but
They
with
didn't
Vivi,
like
she
her.
felt the responsibility. She felt that responsibility, and so it was really hard for her to decide whether to back the Straw Hats or try to do things her own way, because at the end of the day, she just wants to save her country. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, the
I
break was
mean,
more about being with the toy soldier. It was a bit different. So.
having to deal with all those people dying too, all the people that she cared about, that had to be tough too. So I
Yeah.
give Rebecca a lot, not Rebecca, Vivi a lot of props.
Yeah.
Vivi's cool now, man. Like looking back at it, Vivi's really cool.
Yeah, I want her to come back. I want to see her again, like after the time skip.
Yeah, maybe she'll have her own like fleet or anything, her
Yeah, well,
her
she
being
she'll
a
she might
princess.
she'll command the Alabasta army probably, and
She'll probably come
help
back.
out Luffy at some point.
I was for the
Now,
name. The guy that she liked, the
Koza,
blonde hair.
Koza.
Yeah, she'd probably be commanding the army right next to him.
Yeah, probably Koza will be the one commanding the army. You're right. You're right. Yeah.
well, I have a question for you guys. Would you guys have stayed in Alabasta, or would you have left with Luffy if you were like in Vivi's shoes?
Oh. Uh,
I probably would have stayed. I would have stayed. I think.
Me too.
If I was if you're the kind of person Luffy was, like the person that would be in Luffy's crew, you most likely would stay. If you're someone like Buggy, you probably would have hightailed it out of there.
Well, no,
yeah.
not necessarily.
The thing is, she fought so long for her country, and then
Yeah,
when
I
it
think
was
that's
finally fixed, she wanted. I don't blame her for wanting to be there, be part of it, and help it grow.
Yeah, I would probably stay too.
yeah.
So in the end,
I
I
think that
mean,
has to be more the reason is that she put so much time into trying to save her country. Because I mean, Luffy gave her a way out, so I think if she would have left and became a pirate, it would have been okay because she accomplished the goal, which was to save her kingdom. But she, are you in the stream?
Yeah, I mean, I could see both going. Like, I wasn't sure because when she went to go meet the Straw Hats, I'm like, oh crap, is she actually gonna join the crew? Is she actually gonna go with them? It turns out no, but it's one of the more memorable scenes, one of the early, sort of tearjerker scenes in the series. Yeah,
yeah,
it's pretty cool, man. I like what Oda did with Alabasta. I'm not gonna lie. And of
yeah,
course,
Exactly.
there's so much more stuff to talk about. So that's just like the beginning part. Obviously, it's Vivi and her struggle. So
Okay, what do you guys think of Baroque's work?
I love Baroque's works. It's kind of the first time we got to see a real organization, like
Mhm.
pre world government stuff, like pre
I
Yeah, I think that was
CP9 and everything.
really enjoyed
So
what the Broncos brought. They weren't all about power, some more underhand schemes. They had a lot
yeah,
of characters, and they wouldn't go for straight up fighting or combat. They would try to
uh,
work their way around, like how Mr. Two would come up there and just steal
yeah,
their.
like assassins, pretty much. Yeah.
who
And
were the first?
I really enjoy those. Sorry, man. Sorry to cut you off.
Mhm.
But I
Okay,
really do enjoy those organizations. They're my favorite parts when it comes to like the shonen. It's like when
yeah,
you know that there's like 5 or 6 people that you have to take out in a row. There's certain ranks, and so you go by one. You start with number 6 and number 5, and number 4, number 3, number 2, like that until you reach the head honcho, and by that time you gain a lot of experience through all those battles that you put that all to the test. So I really enjoy that seeing that in shonen. I really do. And so when we first saw that, not only is this Baroque's work, and not only are they numbered, and there's a good amount of them, but also right off the bat we also learned who number 0 is, and it's one of the
yeah,
Oh
warlords.
yeah.
You like not only am I going to take on this organization? This organization is led by one of the warlords who at that time was like, dude, this is a big deal. This is a very big deal. So
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah,
that had me is when you saw one and like the way they introduced him was cool. I like the way that he was introduced because it's like they didn't just tell you who he was, but they gave him to you very early on, and I like that.
yeah, just the name. I
Li-
think they just gave us the name.
like
Yeah.
who were the first Baroque agents that they introduced? Weren't those two animals, the vulture and
The
the
Unluckies, yeah, the Unluckies. I
yeah, the
forgot what number they
unlucky.
are. I forgot what number they are, but
I think
weren't they
13.
11 and 12?
probably they're probably somewhere
Or
around there. But
Yeah,
that was after they fought Miss Monday, and who else? Mr. Eight, I think, Ingram or whatever
Yeah,
whatever
oh
Vivi's
yeah,
yeah. It
caretaker
was Mr.
was.
Eight,
Yeah,
Mr. Eight, Miss.
and then we did see
Yeah.
Miss Valentine and Mr. Five there, I think, as
yeah,
well.
Yeah, that's who it was. Mr.
They
Five.
come in at the very end, like,
Yeah,
oh,
at the
one of the
very
big
end.
shots. How did you guys react to that when one of the big shots come in, and Luffy and Zoro, the way they handled them?
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
I,
I was expecting more out of them. But it was cool to see their ability. I'm like, okay, so each one of these guys has a new ability, different ability. They probably have devil fruits, if they're near the top.
yeah.
So this sort of it did get me hyped for the future ones, but at the same time I was like, Luffy has a good chance of taking them down. Normally, like when it happens, is every single fight is a struggle, and then when it gets to the final boss, the character, the main character somehow manages to pull it out, through some sort of plot device or something. In this case, it makes the final battle a bit more believable because Luffy was strong at that point. So you just need a little push to overcome the final battle. So I like the way like I said, I like the way Oda did it. So I'm gonna take the
I
dogs
like
out real quick,
how
guys. Be right back.
you have Luffy and Zoro who were fighting each other while fighting Dev. I thought that was pretty funny.
mm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
They're taking out
I
all
agree.
their anger, and then they just turn around like, get the fuck away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now their
So
abilities are really cool.
They
I
had
think if we saw Mr.
very
Five again,
creative.
like really strong, because
The
I
way
his
mean,
they,
ability was like pretty hex.
I would have liked to seen Miss Valentine's ability explored more because it would be fascinating to see what she could actually do with it because it was just her being able to change her weight like
Hmm.
from feather light to like several tons and
Yeah.
so it would be cool to see what she could do but yeah I really like the Mr. 3 and the what's her name? The one who had the art specialty, like she could change the emotions of people. Like she
She
painted.
was pretty original. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. I mean, I was always curious, is that a devil fruit? Does she have the paint fruit or whatever? Or
I think it was Devil Fruit. Yeah.
was it? Oh.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a Devil Fruit.
Miss Goldweek was their painting.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
actually think that I don't think that was Delpher. I thought that was their own power.
Really?
Maybe hockey based.
They never did specify, did they?
They
No.
never classified it, but they never said it was Delpher, and for everyone with Delpher, they pointed it out.
Hmm.
Hmm. That's
Well,
weird if your hockey can do that.
yeah, I mean, she must be really hacks in that case.
Yeah.
Well,
That's why I enjoyed them. And they had their own mini arc where Miss Goldweek broke out, and I think Miss Valentine's Mr. Five came with her.
hmm.
All three of them running around.
Yeah. Um, which one of the Baroque works are your favorite?
Actually,
Uh,
I'm a big fan of the kind of buggy style characters, so I do enjoy like Mr. Five Valentine's a lot. There's a lot of creativity with the goofiness kind of thrown together. I do join Mr. Three, but not nearly as much as Bonnie Clay. He was a real character.
yeah, he was a character.
Yeah. Yeah, he was my favorite character too. I was always like, oh, the guy with the swans on his shoulders. Does he
Yeah.
have the swan fruit?
So I just saw Princeton in the chat say, shouts out for Chopper being my favorite character, man. And we'll get to him soon enough. But
Yeah,
yeah, man.
Chopper
This
hype.
saga was really good,
Boris,
man.
what's your favorite form that Chopper takes?
Favorite form? Oh, that's a tough question, man. I always thought it was the normal form. What's his name? Is he constantly in Brain Point, or I don't know how it works,
Yeah,
man.
he holds Brain Point, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think that's my favorite, man. But I don't know. But we'll get to him eventually. You guys are talking about Mr. Two, right?
We're talking
Yeah.
about our favorite Brookwork member.
Favorite Baroque
Well,
work member.
my favorite was Mr. Two, and then I like Mr. Three and Mr. Five a lot too. I like Mr. Five's power, his Double Fruit ability. I think is probably one of the coolest ones I've seen in One Piece.
Yeah,
Oh
mine
yeah.
mine definitely has to be. You guys, if you guys know me, you guys know who it is. But it has to be Miss All Sunday, Miss Nico Robin.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, her introduction was so good. She blows up the ship. You think the guy's dead, and she shows up to the Straw Hats. I think didn't she give them a log post straight to Alabasta, and Luffy like breaks it or something? I can't remember how it
Yeah,
works.
yeah. Luffy just
So you're
broke it.
like, dude, like, what's up with her? Is she trying to help them? Is she, she's supposed to be like one of like the number two in the organization, right?
I don't think she cared.
And I was like, dude, I can't
Yeah.
wait for them to fight her, I guess, or something. And then you get to everything that goes down in Alabasta, and she ends up saving Luffy. And then I don't know, man. Again, it's one of those where like Oda does this. Like you start with Vivi, and he does this so much where he introduces a character where at first you have no clue whether it's going to be some random character or going to be some sort of important character, and it turns out being an important character. So it sets a precedent. Any character from now on, you never know. Could it be like a
Yeah.
Hachi who's like a fodder character in On Park and ends up being very important? So
Yeah, and he
no.
comes back.
So
I kind of like that though. All
Yeah.
these characters coming back.
yeah, I like that too. I like that too. I hated it at first actually. I hated when I saw Buggy
Really?
again and when I saw Vita again. But then once I saw how Oda
Uh,
does it, I'm like, oh, I'm all
Did you
for
think
it.
that they were just like some fodders? You're like, why are they here?
Yeah, this is the first time I ever experienced. I normally in the shonen they end up killing the character, or from the ones I've seen, either killing him or like he just never shows up. So I'm like, okay, I like that form. I'm used to that formula. I like that. But then everyone starts coming back. I'm like, what's going on? Do I have to fight him again? I don't want to see them fight again. But then as we figure out why it is and how it does it, I think that's what sets One Piece apart from the rest. So
Hmm.
mm, oh yeah.
Yeah,
So
One Piece was very original when
I
it
mean,
comes to its characters. Because I learned that when a character dies, like he dies to extend the plot a little bit. Like characters just don't die in One Piece for no reason, and I like that.
yeah. There's no well, there are deaths, but those are mostly characters that are citizens or fodder characters like soldiers. So I mean,
now we
they
did we
don't.
did see in Alabasta, we saw one of our first deaths. And it was one of the
Oh,
Baroque Works members. I don't know if you guys remember which one it was.
Oh, it was
One of the Baroque Works members.
wasn't it 13 or 14 or something?
I can't remember, but I do. Yeah, he's like tied up to one of the ships, and the millions or the billions I think they want to
oh
take
yeah,
his
they
spot,
tried.
right? So they show up, and you don't see. I don't think you see them die, but we can safely assume that that guy's dead. So
Yeah.
I bet how dumb they feel now that the organization isn't even there.
yeah.
Actually, do you guys think that Baroque's work was shut down, or do you think somebody else took the mantle after Crocodile?
I
I don't think so because they'd have none of the members are there. They all escaped. We saw the cover stories.
they're all in my cafe now.
Yeah, they're all in the cafe. So I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or fighting newcomer Kempo and with the newcomers.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
saying like, you don't think they got any new like initiative going for Baroque's work, like new people or anything like that?
That's tough to say. I think it'd be completely different. Whatever their goal is, I don't think it'd be like
Yeah.
it'd be assassins or anything.
Yeah.
Um, they might just be living a normal life now. The guys at the cafe. I really don't know. What is it
Yeah.
called? The Spiders Cafe or something like that? I don't know. I don't know
Yeah.
what the new one's called. Yeah.
Yeah. I think so.
Well, it is possible that Crocodile could have started a new one over the time skip.
Oh yeah.
New Brook
Yeah,
work.
that's right. Crocodile. I wasn't even thinking about Crocodile.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
He did escape. Yeah.
Planning what he's up to, because I'm like, he's too good and he's too dangerous of a character for him to just be out, you know?
Yeah.
Mm.
Again, man, it's that
Well,
world building, dude. It's that world building. I cannot wait to see. There's still a lot of characters I can't wait to see. So
yeah, Mr. One too. Um,
yeah.
he escaped alongside him from Impel Down, so he's
And
probably
now,
following.
and now the cool thing is that with Awakenings, we don't know who has them. So we don't know if any of the old characters have it now. And it makes it adds that suspense. When we see Mr. One the next time, will he have an awakening? When we see Crocodile next time, will he have an awakening? Stuff like that. So I like that I would introduce that. It makes us
Well,
more hype for previous
what
characters.
do you guys think about the theory that we actually saw a awakening quite early in Alabasta when
I think it's a pretty solid theory, to be honest.
when Crocodile turned everything into sand and he dried it
Yeah.
up by touching it.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? I mean,
I think it was a pretty solid theory. I believe it.
I mean, Crocodile did give Luffy the whole speech. He don't know how to use his devil fruit properly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. So I thought what he did was he dried the water from their body because he was made of sand, right? So he absorbed the water from their body. I thought that's what he did, but I'm not sure.
Well, we're talking about the part when they're fighting on the palace and he starts turning like the stone and everything to sand.
Oh, dang, yeah, then we probably did see it in Awakening, yeah. There's another one I was thinking of the other day where I think like when we've seen an Awakening, but I can't remember it now. But there was one point where I'm like, I'm pretty sure we've seen an Awakening. Maybe it was during Marineford or something. I don't know. I can't remember it though.
Well,
Yeah, we got Princeton, man. I'm just saying, man.
yeah.
End of series, Chopper's gonna be able to cure every disease, so Law better watch out, man. He's gonna lose his spot.
I think Chopper actually saved Law. I think
Yeah.
Law can't cure disease fully. I think Chopper would be the one.
Chopper saves Law from his. Maybe he says the disease from the White City.
Yeah, like how else will? Well, Chopper wants to cure all disease. How
Dude,
else
that's a good theory, man. That's a good theory, dude.
Hey guys,
Oro Jackson.
What's up,
I
Princeton?
just have my goggles on because I saw all that bullshit about Chopper being a better doctor than Law, so I gotta protect myself. You know what I mean?
Chopper hype.
Chopper hype, exactly, man. Exactly.
Yeah, it's dangerous. Oh my god.
Yeah, I guess you guys want to talk about. Let's see. We talked about Whiskey Peak already, so I guess next would be Drum Island, right? No. Next is Little Garden. Little Garden.
Little Garden.
So-
Oh,
Little Garden
everyone
was
forgets
cool.
about Little Garden.
I loved it. I mean, that was the first time I saw Giant.
Yeah, one of my favorite arcs by that point, actually. Just because of the Viking, giant duel.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it because I'm such a fan of Usopp, and it was such a big motivating moment for him.
Yeah, I was a big fan
Do
of
you
Usopp
think
back then.
he
was my favorite Straw Hat at that
have
point.
like the whole dinosaur prehistoric theme.
That's a
Oh,
good
yeah.
question, actually. Have we seen dinosaur? Oh, the thing is in One Piece, like Dragon Ball Z and all these series, that they always have like these weird beasts that I don't know how to classify them as dinosaurs or whatever. In this case, though, I'm pretty sure they were dinosaurs, right? Because like
Yeah,
the
they
bones
were
have been
legit
around for
dinosaurs.
forever. Yeah, legit dinosaurs.
And also
Yeah, that was interesting.
giants live very long too, so they might recognize some animals from ancient times.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. So
No, I could definitely see that.
I mean, those
So,
guys live several hundred years.
yeah, I don't remember an exact number, but several hundred years, I guess, at least. At least I don't know if there's
Yeah.
any longer. Maybe the king of Elbaf has lived a lot longer. So, but
The King of Alabasta?
no, the king of Elbaf. We were talking about giants, but
Oh, okay. Sorry, my thing skipped when you were talking. So I was like, what?
Yeah. My favorite part was probably Zoro when he's about to. He's like, man, we gotta find some way to escape. So he's like gonna cut his legs off. It's
oh
like,
yeah,
Yes.
dude, Zoro's a
Zoro,
beast,
he's G.
man. The guy's ridiculous.
and he wanted to pose too, just to die in a kind of cool way, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Zoro. But it
Yeah,
lets
you
you
saw-
know like Zoro's character to be able to be willing to cut off his legs just to be able to fight, not necessarily to win the fight, but just to keep going.
Yeah, dude, that was ridiculous. I don't know how he would fight,
Yeah, I know.
But then again, we have people like Kairos, so you can't really say. He did find
Yeah.
some way to fight, man.
I think
But,
Zoro is a little too. Like every time something is bad, he right away recommends cutting off a limb.
I think I remember him saying that a couple times. Yeah.
Well,
Why is he always cutting off a limb?
yeah, but I
And then
really
Mr.
enjoyed.
Prince, right? Mr. Prince as well.
Yeah, Mr. Prince. Was that the first time we saw Mr. Prince? Or
I believe so.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the first time he put it on.
Yeah, and he
See, I
also got
love
a.
and hate that he did that because he was Mr. Prince, he didn't get a bounty after Alabasta. I
Well,
love saying Mr. Prince, but I wish Sanji would have gotten a bounty back in Alabasta because he did do a big part in helping the crew. 'Cause, I mean, they almost died when they were in that cage, if not for Sanji, basically.
Yeah, Sanji's a tactician, man. I'm telling you.
mm,
And I always say, if Luffy had to leave his crew to a person, let's say he was about to die, I'm pretty sure he would leave it to Sanji, because
well,
he's the guy who would keep everyone rounded up together and stuff.
See, I think
he
he'd
did leave
probably
his.
leave it to Sanji, but probably because he likes the food that Sanji cooks,
Yeah,
not for the reason that
of
you're thinking.
course. Yeah, the way to a man's heart is through the stomach. So,
Yes.
well, he did leave his ship with Sanji right after Dressrosa. So, or during. So he obviously trusts Sanji a lot.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't get a lot of debates, but a lot of people debate this, and I always start it. It's like, ooh, I don't know. I'd rather not start it here. So let's just keep
Mm,
talking about Dressrosa. Alabasta. Otherwise,
yeah.
turn into a Zoro versus Sanji debate.
Okay, so
Yeah.
We see a ton of chat.
back to wait, let's see, going to Drum Island. Did you guys actually like that art, Drum Island?
Well,
I liked him because it's the first time we see we get, how should I say this? We get the whole idea of Roger's will, right? It's you don't die until people stop remembering you. That's the whole theme of the island, right? It's Dr.
Yeah.
Luke, it's Chopper's struggle with not only being an outsider to his own race, but being an outsider to humanity as well. So he has no place to fit in. It really is a nice. It demonstrated that the Straw Hat crew is sort of like just this weird band of outcasts, right? And Chopper fit
mm,
in perfectly, man. So, and we
yeah.
also, I don't know, we got a lot of stuff, man. I like it a lot. It's not my favorite arc. I wouldn't even put it in my top three, but it's pretty good, not bad.
It's enjoyable.
I think it
Yeah,
was
the
a
problem is the
Yeah,
villain, man. The villain sucks. Waffle sucks, man. Still
it was a
fodder.
good bridge. I think
I
it was a
admit,
good
like a lot of
bridge
the new
into
characters, I look
Alabasta.
forward to getting them, but when I get them, I don't really accept them right away. Chopper's one of those you just kind of like you enjoy, you want them right away.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Like once you get them, you enjoy the whole thing. You like the unique devil fruit for Zoan. There's a lot going from there.
Yeah, and it's one of those things again where, well, I'm not sure if this is how it was in the manga, but in the anime, you saw Chopper as a reindeer who was helping out. I forgot the girls. What was the female doctor's name? I can't think of it right now.
Um, the oh,
Yeah,
I
me too.
also forgot.
It
I
started
can't
with
remember.
K. I don't know. I don't remember her name.
Kureha, yeah, Kureha.
Kureha. Alright.
Yeah. Anyways, in the anime, she walks into one of the houses and is helping like one of the people who's ill. You see Chopper. You see a reindeer there. You would have never thought he becomes a Straw Hat. You would have never thought the first time you see it because it's straw. It's just a reindeer, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Again, I'm not sure if that's how it is in manga, but it was cool, man. Like later on, finding out like why there's a reindeer, there's a whole Santa Claus theme there. It was really cool, man. I don't know, man. I love it a lot, but again, it's not my top three, but it's definitely a good arc for sure. I really like it a lot.
Mm.
Mhm.
By the
And we
way,
got Dr. Kureka. Go ahead, go ahead.
no, I was just going to ask something Alabasta related. You can go first.
Oh yeah, so I'm gonna say one other thing we saw in Rhode Island is Kureha talking about Roger. So there are people speculate Roger visited that island at some point, um, but
Well,
Yeah,
he
you
she
did
is
know,
travel.
old, so
Well, he did travel a different line. Maybe he went the same way that Luffy did on his way to Raftel.
yeah, very possible. I wonder if he went up to
yeah,
knock
maybe.
upstream to get to Skypiea, or he probably went a different way. But who knows, man?
Yeah.
Who knows? We'll talk
Mm.
about that maybe next, or you guys can talk
Yeah,
about it in the
nice.
next
Yeah.
series
Well,
discussion. Yeah, and she's
I was just
108 years old. Holy crap! I forgot about
wow.
that. Yeah.
Well,
She
I
was
bet
very
she
old.
remembers something from the from Roger's time then.
Yep.
At least maybe she met him. Who knows?
Could she be?
Never
Could
know.
she? Could someone? My theory is that someone used the emo, like used the one of the previous owners of the Law's Devil Fruit used the immortality on her.
Oh.
I think that's one of my that's one of my theories. That's at least one I think might be true.
You don't think it's just because she was so advanced in her medicine? Because she was a very advanced doctor.
But she I don't know, man. She's so young. And then we have people like the thing that I always think about is Shiki. That's someone like Shiki, right? Or not Shiki. What is it? Shaki. Sorry, Shaki. The girl from Sabaody, who's also very old but very young looking. So there's something going on, man. I don't know what it is, but there's something going on. I want to know.
Yeah, I think that there's a reference to that in the movie 3D 2Y, where there's someone who uses like medicine to grow young again and fight with that. But as I was saying, I was going to ask about was Alabasta the first time when we saw the poneglyphs?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
Because since it was Robin's introduction in a way, maybe that would, I was thinking about it and I thought to myself, yeah, that makes sense. And so that was a great reveal. Alabasta revealed a lot of stuff.
Alabasta was very informative.
Yeah, maybe because it's such an old country in general. I don't know if it's one of the oldest, and also it wasn't Alabasta one of those who defied the whole alliance thing or whatever, or am I mistaken?
It's the one nation that didn't want to be part of the world government or the Celestial Dragons. The king actually decided to stay in his hometown. Theory is that it's probably because he was trying to look at Pluton.
Oh.
That's probably why he wanted to stay. I mean, he's probably inclined to either protect it or look after it or look for it. One of those three, I would say. There's no other reason for him not to leave his home country. I mean, why would he stay? Yeah. Why would he not become God, essentially? So.
A pharaoh.
So so people are speculating that maybe he stayed behind to look for the ancient weapon, because we do know there is a poneglyph there. And it does have to do with the location of the ancient weapon, right? I think there's two different kinds of poneglyphs. What Robin explained. There's like one that lead you to other poneglyphs, and then there's others that lead you to the ancient weapons. There's like two different types of poneglyphs. I forget. And so I think the one in Alabasta was one that leads you to Pluton. Obviously, that's why Crocodile was looking for it. The question is, where is it? And Robin read the poneglyph, and we saw King Cobra say, hey, obviously she didn't tell Crocodile what she read, but he's like, so there was like, I can't remember the exact quote, but if you go to like the very end, Cobra knows Robin was able to read it, and he knows there's something on there. I don't think Cobra knows what it is, but Robin still, she still hasn't told us what was on that poneglyph. So
no, she just kind of kept it to herself.
Yeah, because she lied. Oh. She lied to Crocodile.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that why he stabbed her through the chest and stuff?
Well, she stabbed her because he no longer needed her. He actually thought what she said was true. Because they had some weird story about some ancient town or city. I can't remember what it was. Some ancient island, I think.
Yeah, and then he got turned off. He was like, "Oh, screw that."
But then Cobra, at the very end, he's like, so there was more on there, right? And then I can't remember the exact quote, but Pluton and Alabasta are definitely still connected. Don't think because that poneglyph because we didn't see anything from it doesn't mean they're not connected.
Oh yeah, I remember another reveal, a major reveal in Alabasta. We got to meet Ace for the first time.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wasn't it like Ace and Smoker were there at the same time, right?
Oh yeah, and
Ace ended up saving Luffy from Smoker, yeah.
Yeah, and he was like falling asleep while eating, and that's the thing that people have noticed with Luffy's family is that they tend to fall asleep at different times.
Garp got hit by X-Hand Morgan. He got a scar from X-Hand Morgan because he was falling asleep, man.
Oh.
Yeah, and then one of the cover stories. So.
Well, also, I really enjoyed Ace and his reveal. He he was one of my favorite characters back then, and
I think a lot of people considered him one of the top characters for sure.
Who are we talking about?
the Ace
The Ace
review.
review, yeah.
Yeah.
Ace was cool. I remember when I first saw him, I thought he was one of the coolest characters.
And is that the first time he got introduced to Whitebeard as well? Because remember he had the tattoo and stuff. And
He talks about that here.
Yeah, I mean, he might have been mentioned earlier, but I think that was like the first time we got some more info on him. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Whitebeard, and they explain him and how he's looking for an ally or a betrayer. Who's Blackbeard? We don't know the Blackbeard
He
yet.
asked him to join the crew. He's like, hey, Ace, why don't you join my crew? He's like, I'm already in the crew, you know. He wants to. I'm trying to make him king of the pirates, right? Which is kind of ironic once we get to Marineford, but it was pretty cool, man.
Yeah. I really also enjoy. I enjoy the dugongs, like the kung fu dugongs that Luffy were like training. They were like, I love that slapstick element of it all. Like
I really enjoyed how Bruce does escape.
Yeah, and I actually enjoyed that they brought back the dugong, or one of the dugongs in the anime, like for a filler story.
It was for a special. They brought back the leader.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, that was for the non-canon or whatever, the pedo no mi, whatever.
Yeah.
That thing was so dumb, dude. I don't
like
those, or non-canon, whatever you want to call it.
The only thing I enjoyed with that were the dugong, really.
Yeah, I've seen the dugong ones. I think they had like a lot of the different animals we've seen up to that point. So.
Well, but nothing compares to the animal that Karoo was, the ducks or whatever, the giant.
The duck squadron, man, they were cool, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I would love to see a duck like that, but maybe like a Zoan type, a Zoan duck. That would be cool. Super fast.
We've seen some weird Zoans, so I wouldn't like.
Yeah, I mean it's an animal. I mean it's an animal after all.
Hell said there's only 5 flying Zoans. Like I guess some of the Zoans is wings.
Yeah, and I think 2 of them so far are Marco and Pell. Haven't we seen any other ones?
I don't.
We saw. I can't remember his name. The guy with the top hat and Blackbeard's crew. He had wings grow out.
Oh
yeah. I don't think he's a Zoan though per se, but he could be. I can definitely see that being a Zoan actually. Yeah.
I saw a theory he was a harpy or a siren or something like that.
Oh, like a siren. Yeah.
I thought it was an angel or something, but maybe.
Yeah, angel or siren would be cool. Both of those would be awesome.
Well, have you guys seen Luffy from Blackbeard's crew?
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. That's cool, man. I can definitely see that. So that'd be 2. I can't wait to see who. Or that'd be 3 if he is a Zoan. So I can't wait to see the other 2 at some point.
Who was the guy who had the jackal fruit?
Chaka.
In Alabasta.
Chaka, yeah.
Right? Yeah. He was cool. He looked kind of like a werewolf of some sort.
No, he was cool when I was rereading the arc and seeing him go up against Crocodile. Right, there's so many similarities between 2 arcs I was confused on. Between Crocodile, it was cool. I was like, dang man, this guy's like, obviously he's not gonna win, but he's kind of not really putting up a fight, but he's at least trying. We did get the invincible, whatever it's called, the ancient water. That water that those 4 warriors drank that made him super powerful. Yeah, I mean, it didn't do anything, but it made him super powerful, and then they would die right afterwards.
But what was that?
Pills from Fishman Island?
Yeah, the steroids, yeah.
Yeah.
Were they made by the same guys? Maybe. Who knows?
Maybe.
Who knows?
Yeah, there could be a lot of theories around that.
Because they are similar. They're out of nowhere. Those pills had been stored in the Tamataro box, or whatever you said. I don't know. And the water was in like an ancient treasure of Alabasta. So these things might have been from the ancient kingdom. or from something back then. Who knows?
Mm.
Yeah, the point is, it was very disappointing, to be completely honest. Those guys just like went up and threw their lives away.
Yeah.
So again, more people died in that arc. Like
Yeah.
Alabasta, a lot of people die. Like actually die.
Well, Alabasta was a real war. Like, obviously,
Well,
it was a real
Alabasta,
war.
like, even going
It was a
into
civil
the
war.
actual war itself, Luffy stopped and had that moment telling Vivi people are going to die.
Yep.
Mm.
Yeah, it was
And
a real war.
it sort of it comes back to, again. Sorry, I keep mentioning Dressrosa, but we had the same sort of conflict with King Riku. You know, he wants to be a pacifist king. He doesn't want people to die. And Pico is sort of making fun of him at some point as well. You know, the people of Dressrosa still want him to be king. But like it's a question that Oda seems to bring up again and again. So it's an interesting question. With Luffy, obviously he said Luffy's stance on the subject, but it's weird because at the same time Luffy is like one of those people who doesn't like people dying, right? So for him to say that, like, I don't know, then it gets into a whole debate of Luffy's character development and then, in my opinion, character regression after a certain point. But you know, it doesn't matter. That's for another day. It's for Jaya.
Luffy's a little immature, but he does have his moments, and I think that was definitely one of them.
Yeah, he had that, and then he had in Jaya, he had his moment as well versus Bellamy, where he refuses to get hit, or he refuses to hit back. But then we don't really see too much. We don't really see too much after that, which is sort of sad.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what Oda was thinking. Maybe he, I don't know.
But to be fair, from that point, it went straight to God trying to kill everyone, to the world government trying to kill everyone, to Celestial Dragon trying to kill everyone, because he's trying to save Ace.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff going on.
It was kind of a lot of violence. You couldn't sit back, really.
Yeah.
Everyone would have died.
Yeah. Did we ever see Shaka in his full animal form, or did we just see him like half animal, half human? I don't remember.
We've seen half animal. I don't know if they showed more. I really wish they showed more.
I wonder what.
His Zoan reminded me of Anubis a little bit.
Yeah,
that's
maybe
what it's based off of. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it could have attacks based off other Egyptian mythology.
Yeah, I think Hell might have been based off Ra, maybe.
Yeah, I really hope Helm and Pell like come real big badasses by the time they return.
So what is it called when you go full Zoan? I've never really researched Zoans too much.
Full.
Is it called something?
Feral form? Maybe? I don't know. I mean, I'm just.
I really don't know either, man. That's why I'm asking you. Because I know, are you guys talking about like Lucci? Like Lucci can go like half and then full, or?
Well, I know the hybrid Zoan is when you go in between. I think awakened Zoan is when you go full. I think.
Yeah. Wasn't there a theory about Pell actually being an awakened Zoan since he survived the big bomb?
Oh, that's how you can.
Or explosion.
Second, you can heal and stuff. I don't know. That's a good theory, but then there's a bunch of other people who've been like definitely should have died, like Brownbeard, like Cronus's father, who got hit by like a El Thor, like to the face.
If there's one thing I learned about One Piece is that people take hits.
Yeah, people take hits. People take hits for sure.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pretty tanky people in One Piece. There's people that just take hits after hits after hits, like Doffy, for example. You just keep getting back up.
Well, I actually forgot about these two guys. Go ahead. I was just going to mention these two.
Yeah, they're in the clock tower, right?
Yeah, I mean,
I forgot about them too.
Yeah, I forget. I mean, they were pretty much, and he's called Mr. Seven, so he's not that far away, I guess. But
his name like Happy Birthday or something like that, or I can't remember what.
No, she's Miss Father's Day, actually.
Miss Father's Day, okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. I never.
I don't think.
That frog theme, though. The weird thing is we don't see them in the cover stories, right? We don't see them in the.
No. That's why
it's weird, man.
That's why I forgot them.
Yeah.
I guess they just weren't that important to be included.
They were. Did he like fire cubes or anything from his gun? I don't even remember.
I don't remember
Some
either.
cube-shaped things. I don't know.
Yeah. See what else? Is there anything we've missed? I think.
I mean, there's probably something. I'm just trying to think about some important detail.
I'm not sure here, but
one of the things we can talk about, I guess, is the Gadatsu cover story, where one of the priests from Skypiea falls down, and he makes they end up making a hot spring, right? But the hot spring is connected via underground tunnel to Alabasta, so we get to see Koza again, we get to see Vivi again, and they actually get to visit the hot spring and stuff. Do you guys think that'll be relevant at some point, or?
Maybe. I mean, with this show, you never know.
Yeah, man.
To be honest, like, I have no idea.
Maybe some important character will bring that up randomly, and we just don't know. Maybe he knows the Alabasta royal family. You never know.
Yeah, but it's cool to see. Because the whole idea was that the guy, wasn't the guy trying to make a spring in or he was trying to find water, right, in Alabasta? Did he end up finding it or something? I forgot.
He actually, I think he got a full bottle full they gave to Lucy.
Yeah.
Was that to fight the crocodile?
I think so, right? That's how he fought crocodile. Yeah.
Okay.
And then during the cover story, they ended up, he was able to fill it up, I think, the pool or whatever. So now they have all the water they need. So I don't know. King Cobra is cool. You guys, what do you guys think about King Cobra?
Yeah.
That's his name, right? King Cobra, right?
What are we talking about?
What do you guys think about his like? Would you guys like him as a king? Do you guys not like him? Again, he's sort of a type of pacifist, but at the same time, he's not too much of a pacifist. I don't know. It's really weird.
I wouldn't call him my favorite character, but I don't dislike him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what about Smoker? What do you guys think about Smoker? Smoker played a pretty big role.
Smoker. I love Smoker. I really love the ending where Smoker tells. Well, it wasn't the Marines' heads. It was actually the girls say, told them to go fuck themselves. Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
like
the way
Smoker
that he's
because of his character. I like how he's so set on justice, but like I don't know, there's just something about Smoker that I like in his character. I see him as one of those Marines who he's not really to the code. He has his own sense of justice, and I like that.
Yeah, because he played he's one of Oda has shown him way too much. Not in a bad way, but I'm actually saying I feel like Oda has big plans for Smoker. Otherwise, he wouldn't be in 4 different arcs or whatever.
I really think Smoker's gonna be one of the biggest parts of the Marines falling.
Yeah, he has a big role to play for sure.
Oh yeah.
I can't wait what it is. So I can't wait to see what it is.
Yeah, me too. I really loved him since he was kind of strict, but still you could see that he was kind of rebellious too. He wasn't, or at least he went his own way rather than just following orders blindly.
Yeah.
So you could kind of see.
He had his own rules, and he had a code of honor that he wouldn't break that the other Marines would. Like all those vice admirals who come in, like say a busted call, Smoker would not go down with that. He would betray.
Yeah. And
he would probably sail away if he screw that.
I don't know. Do you guys see him leaving the Marines or anything like that?
Maybe.
I don't know, man. It really depends on with the recent stuff. I don't know, man. Because now that Fujitora did what he did, man. What's his name? Smoker sees him as a hero.
Yeah.
So, will he follow Fujitora? I mean, essentially what it comes down to is if there's somebody in the Marines like how Kiji was, who he can agree with, he agrees with their ideologies, he'll stay to support them. But if there's nobody, if Fujitora is all of a sudden exiled from the Marines, will he follow Fujitora into exile? Or I don't know. It's really interesting.
Well, I think
Let's see.
Fujitora might actually be the new next fleet admiral when something goes down. I really think that Smoke would be the one to back him up and probably become an admiral or something along the lines.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see him being fleet admiral unless what's his name?
It'll be some time before he's at that level, but
yeah, okay, yeah. I kind of knew would have to either die or step down at some point before he gives out that slot. So.
Well, doesn't Smoker have great respect for Aokiji too?
Yeah,
Maybe he'll join him as a vigilante or something.
Oh, you guys talking about Smoker, the future Straw Hat? Is that what you guys talking about?
No, we're talking about whether Smoker will stay with the Marines or whether he'll leave.
Oh no, I don't think he'll stay. I think I think he might stay for a little bit just so he has the power behind him to do whatever his actual goal is that we don't know what it is, because we know that just like we know he doesn't like pirates. There's something, we don't know his past, but we know that there's something that happened to him that made him, other than seeing the Roger thing and everything, something made him not like pirates, and I feel like that view is changing for him now. So now he has seen that the Straw Hats, who are pirates, actually do more good than the Marines themselves. Like in Alabasta, if Luffy wasn't there, look how that whole situation would have gone down. So I think he's starting to see that, and he's starting to be a little bit more lenient about like pirates, because I think he sees a fine line between, it's not pirates and Marines anymore, it's good people and bad people. I think that's how he sees it now.
It will be interesting to see how he feels about the revolutionaries later when we get more info on them.
Oh, I'm so excited! I want to see more about them.
Yeah, me too.
Well, guys, I'm gonna have to head out. I have a lot of stuff to do, and my friends gonna be here in like probably 10 minutes. So I'm gonna just head out and just say bye to everyone. Thanks a lot, everyone who's in the chat. Thanks a lot, you guys. Sorry I had to head out early, but I got some stuff to do. So thanks a lot, and it was fun. I think while I was here, we covered most of the topics. So I'll leave the rest to you guys, I guess.
All right, later, Boris.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, see you guys.
See ya.
See ya.
Yeah.
You
guys want to talk about the actual fights coming to the end?
Yeah. Well, let's see. What was your least favorite fight?
In Alabasta?
Least favorite?
Are
you talking about the end fights or overall?
Overall, just any fight in general that happened in Alabasta.
Probably Luffy versus Mr. 3. Wasn't bad, it's just more annoying to the whole overall plot.
I'll have to go with Nami versus what's her name? The spiky one. Miss what day was her code name? Well, the companion to Mr. 1. Nami versus her. That was my least favorite. And what are you guys' favorite fight?
Favorite?
Yeah.
I think I might have to go with Usopp and Choppers versus Mr. 4 and Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Mr. Christmas. Yeah. That's actually probably my favorite too. I was actually going
because the whole Usopp moment, actually my most favorite moment at that point of the story.
And
he took the 10-pound back face, got back up.
Yeah.
And
actually,
there's actually a lot of.
Yeah, I mean, Usopp really proved that he was truly a badass in that fight.
Not only a badass, he proved to be a really good role model for Chopper.
Yeah.
A lot of Chopper.
See, that was actually my least favorite fight in the whole in Alabasta, was those two fighting.
Ah.
Well,
what was your favorite then? What was your favorite?
My favorite fight probably was Hmm. I would say Sanji versus Mr. Two. It's pretty good to me.
Yeah,
That
I was
and
going with
obviously
that.
Zoro's fight. Obviously Zoro's fight took the cake. I mean, that was
I,
amazing.
wa- I was I was
But
going with Mr. Two versus Sanji too, but I just thought that it was cool to see. Actually, it was the first time in Alabasta where we got revealed that items could have devil fruits too, right? With
yeah,
the yeah, that dog with that was a bazooka.
I think it was
Oh,
the
yeah.
god, a bazooka that ate the dog fruit.
I think it was a
Yeah,
bazooka that ate
Yeah,
Zoan dog fruit.
yeah.
the dog fruit model. What's it called?
Okay.
Those wiener dogs or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And that was really interesting to see a weapon with a fruit. Like, how the hell? Like, you just shove it in there and crush it? Like, how the fuck did he eat it?
Well, there was a theory about that Dr. Vegapunk, since he was the one discovering it, that it has to do with blood somehow. So I don't know. I mean, it sounds weird, but that was relating to pacifistas and the whole mouth laser thing coming from.
Uh,
Just to
that's kind of true because
layer,
they do.
like,
I'll keep you
you
there.
make
Maybe,
the weapon capable of having blood, maybe? Kind of like a blood
somehow. I
clot,
don't,
how the sword fills blood. Maybe the weapon's filled with blood and devil fruit. I don't know.
yeah, I don't know. It was just a theory that I came across.
That it sounds like a cool theory though because of
I mean, that's how I
speak.
see the theory making sense.
Hmm. Well, um,
John wants to hop in Boris's place.
what? Is John joining?
Well, yeah, he wants to jump in Boris's place.
Yeah, but how much more should we cover? Is there more secrets?
I don't know. I feel like we touched on a lot.
There
Let's
is
see. What
quite a
about
bit, actually.
hmm?
I mean, we haven't really
Are
expanded
there
on anything at that. Everyone bring overall.
are there
Yeah,
any?
John can join.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll
sure.
say you.
Are there any questions in the chat, like relating to this?
Yeah, we normally answer chat questions. So any questions at all, you guys can ask.
Yeah, yeah. Ask away. Give us your questions.
You hear me, John?
Yeah. I like
So,
that.
did you guys
You
actually
saw,
enjoy the country of Alabasta, like being a desert country?
yeah. I mean, I thought it was pretty boring at first, but then I saw that crab that they were traveling on.
That's what you like, the crab, not the sea.
Well, I
Literally
like
crab.
there's not exactly a whole lot of forests to explore there, so I like the I like the animals there. But what did you like about Alabasta? Like the country?
Me?
Yeah.
Um, I like how different it was. It was very, very, very different compared to all the like a lot of the other countries because we just went from having a winter country to a a winter island to a desert island, and I think it was really cool just to see like how people lived and how different it was compared to a lot of the other islands in One Piece because we still haven't really seen another desert island like we did at Alabasta.
Yeah. I mean, I I think that it shows. I mean, I really this is going to sound a bit harsh and stuff, but I like to see the people actually going through hardships and going through, the average life of, just living and trying to survive. I thought that that was um, a more obvious thing there than in
Yeah,
previous islands, like actually
I
trying
like
to
it because
struggle.
yeah, exactly. You got to see the struggle of those people, and you actually got to see how they worked as a country. And I felt like Oda did a very good job of depicting a country that's in a state of like a civil war or
Mm,
rebellion going on. I like that a lot because it wasn't just one city. You got to see all these different cities, and some of them supported Crocodile, some of them supported the rebels, some of them supported the king, and I thought it was kind of cool.
Mm.
If you
Yeah.
ask me, the part that really ties Alabasta together is actually the hardship.
Yeah.
Like, most of the arcs,
Like,
you
you
don't get
felt
much
for those.
death or anything. You get Luffy saving the day. So
Mm.
when you actually watch people fall apart, the villains winning at certain parts, I really enjoy that. Really
Yeah.
ties in more emotion.
Also, it was the first time when Luffy. I think that it was the first time when Luffy didn't rely solely on his devil fruit. He had to use water and just cover his fists with water and blood and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Now,
I
do you
thought
guys
that.
think that Luffy was actually smart enough to figure out the blood thing, or do you think it was just an accident?
Um, well, hi John. I thought he discovered it by accident, just like he normally does. Didn't he discover Gear second by accident too in movie 7?
I thought he came second and third on his own. He was trying to think of
Oh,
ways to counteract, and he came up with ideas on his own.
well, have you seen movie 7?
Yeah.
I actually played it. I actually haven't got around to watching it.
Watch that and come back to me,
Okay.
please. I mean, because trust me, it's very interesting to see, and I won't spoil anything. But yeah, John,
Yeah.
do you have anything to add? We were talking about Luffy, how he discovered that he could use water and blood to defeat Crocodile, if he was smart enough to discover that on his own, or if he was just by accident.
When has Luffy ever been smart enough for anything?
Yeah, that's my point exactly.
I think Luffy, what makes Luffy such a great fighter is because Luffy fights dirty. Luffy is the true definition of an actual pirate because pirates fight dirty. They don't, and the way that, like, we saw him, like, he beat the shit out of Elvira. First thing he did, like, he punched a woman, no fucks given. Then he goes and he goes against Magellan, and, like, I know I'm going a little bit ahead, but I just throwing some examples. When he fought Magellan, and he kind of used that's fighting dirty, and that's what Luffy does, and I feel like that's what makes him such great of a character, is that he improvises, but it always works. So it's like he's not smart, he fights dirty, and that's what makes him so good.
There's a lot of instinct behind what he does.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's poison. I'll just shove this in you.
Yeah, yeah. He comes up with things just by instincts, just by doing stuff. He kind of like discovers them, like, oh, this didn't kill me, or I could use this to, kind of like he kind of did that in movie 4 too. Sorry for bringing up too much movies, but he did something similar in movie 4, and I won't spoil anything for anyone who hasn't seen it.
Yeah.
So, well.
See, my thing is, there's two things I want to bring up. You guys forgot to talk about the most important character in Alabasta that contributes so much that the story will never come forward. No, eyelashes, the camel. You guys forgot about him.
Oh yeah.
I was going to mention him, but I was just going to say, like, oh, remember that camel? It was fun.
And second of all, do you guys, and I brought this up in a different live stream, but do you guys feel that Ace was stronger than Smoker at this point, or do you think that they were equal? Because I don't think Ace was stronger, and I can tell you my reason in a second.
I think their devil fruits kind of equaled each other out, but I think overall, like their fight, I think Ace would have beat Smoker.
See, my problem here is that, so Ace, of course, we saw the events of Sabo, right? So we know how protective Ace will be of Luffy. And Smoker was clearly going after Luffy. So you will think that if the Smoker goes after Luffy, that Ace will kind of he would actually try hard, not play around because he cares about his brother's life. So that makes me think that I'm like, yes, your devil fruits are equal, but what about your hockey? You can't be first, or what is it, second commander? You can't be second commander and not have hockey. I don't think so.
So it had Conqueror's hockey, so
yeah.
hockey.
So that's what makes me think that they were not maybe equal, but not. I don't think Ace was that strong because I'm like, there's no way, dude. Like if I know you're trying to capture my brother, I'm going to kill you on the spot. I'm in second. I'm the second.
He had like a grin on the whole time, like he was just trolling them.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I feel like because a lot of people overhype Ace, and I feel like that's a great example of Ace like not being as strong as we think. I'm not saying he's weak, but I don't think he's strong.
He's weak, but I really don't think he's as strong as everyone puts him.
Yeah, I think it was more.
Like, I wouldn't say he beat Mark or anyone, but I think he put up a fight. Like I don't think he's that strong.
Yeah, I mean he is strong enough where he did fight Jinbei, but I think it's more Ace. It's all about his devil fruit. I think he's more like you take that devil fruit
to a standstill when Jinbei had water to counter fire.
Yeah,
and that was 2 years prior to being with Whitebeard.
I don't know. I just feel like I think like Ace is definitely strong, but I don't think he was as strong as he's like hyped out. Like some people still say that Ace was stronger than Luffy is now, and I'm like I don't believe that. I'm like there's no way that Ace could be stronger. Now Ace does have an advantage, which is fire, and honestly, anything that has to do with fire, you clearly have a huge advantage. I mean, fire's the only devil fruit that Oda seems to rehash. Like you have Marco and so on.
He even rehashes fire in general, like with weapons and with just
Sanji.
weird powers. Yeah, yes, Sanji.
Yeah.
And everything. So.
He has a firebird. Kimono makes fire. Like they won't lock it off fire.
Yeah, so that's what makes me think. Like I think Ace was strong mainly because of his devil fruit. So if you take the devil fruit away from Ace, I feel like Ace, I think he'll just be. He wouldn't be that useful, honestly.
I think Ace is stronger than Jinbei, but I don't know necessarily Luffy, and I really don't think he can last. Like new Gear 4, like I'm not sure that Ace would be able to handle that.
No.
I do think he's strong. I think he can fight, but it's just the fact that
he had fire. Like
from what we've seen of him, we never saw anything all that impressive.
Well, I want to see Luffy go against a Logia that's not Caesar, because Caesar is the most like pathetic Logia user we have seen.
Technically, he did it in the movie.
Well, no. I mean, like in the actual show, I kind of want to see a rematch against Crocodile, but I know that's not going to happen because, and I'm throwing out facts here. We're going to see Crocodile very soon, and I know exactly how everything's going to go down. But I want to see him go against. What'd you say?
I said if they meet up again, I think Cartel actually will punk Luffy.
Oh yeah. See, my thing is, so I want to see him go against either one of the admirals that have Logia. I would love to see Kizaru meet up with the Straw Hats again, and kind of have like because we know Kizaru, he's not going to capture them. He's too lazy for that. So I do feel like seeing Luffy go against a actual strong Logia user, maybe Eno if we get to see Eno again. Maybe if we get to see not Crocodile so much because I think Crocodile, we needed a break from Crocodile because we did see him ring forward and we saw him during Emple Down, so I feel like maybe we need a little off time, but maybe they can introduce like an Earth Logia, which is kind of something I've been wanting to see.
Yeah, everybody wants to see that.
Yeah, kind of like. Have you ever seen like the character Clayface in Batman?
Yes.
Kind of like that, maybe. That'd be cool. Yeah, totally. I wonder how a fight now would go with his old enemies, like when Luffy has armament hockey now. So he won't use water, he won't use the fact that he's simply rubber. He will just use, his strength and his hockey and, of course, rubber mix.
But you have to remember, though, like if he was to go against Crocodile, we saw Doffy use his little feather coat to create armor of hockey to block attacks. So I'm like, can Crocodile just create a wall of sand and then coat it with hockey to make it, as a shield?
We've seen plenty of people do that. Like, can't remember his name. Everyone, the secret member that everyone shits on, that's more Sudafi. The guy who, the flag thing, the flag fruit.
Oh yeah, the one, the flatter fruit,
Yeah, he uses his to make a wall.
Diamante.
And yeah, Diamante, he used his bell fruit to make a wall just hardened with hockey to block stuff. He did the exact same thing all the time.
Yeah,
I like one of his trademarks.
yeah. So it's possible. So what was I going to say? I really hope to see at least some characters from Alabasta again, like except Crocodile maybe. I mean, we've seen Mr. 2 already, but and
Well,
Mr.
this
1.
is moved up now. Unless it's somehow escaped.
I actually have a feeling that we're gonna get some people from Rogue's work. I have a feeling they're gonna end up joining Buggy's crew because some of them just fit in. If Mr. 2 manages to get out and pull down, and he doesn't join the Straw Hats, I really believe that he just fits perfectly in Buggy's crew.
Yeah.
His personality just
Really?
goes in. Another character will be
Yeah.
I think Mr. 1, obviously he's with Crocodile, so that's not gonna happen. You also have what's his name? Well, never mind. That's going a little bit ahead. I don't want to go ahead. I was gonna say Kaku. I can see Kaku joining Buggy's crew, but that's going ahead. You know. Yeah, the draft.
I don't know.
Well,
I learned that.
I mean, I see Foxy.
Foxy, yeah, that'd be cool.
Oh yeah,
Well,
I said that one a long time ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Foxy and anyone from Foxy crew would be the giant ape and the chick that's always by them. Those two, I don't think they would go with all the characters.
I think so.
Well, I think so because they can get Buggy.
I mean, if they others do join, they'll be like background. They wouldn't be mentioned.
Yeah. I think they'll be because I think with Buggy, the way Oda's been doing with him is like he seems to always be around, and that's why I keep telling people these Junkos are going to fall down, and Buggy's going to pick up the scraps. I'm like, he's known as a Roger pirate, so it's not going to be. It's going to sound amazing when you find out that a Roger pirate, because people don't actually know Buggy, they just know all the lies about him. So imagine how good it's going to sound that a Roger pirate climb up the ranks, went from being undercover to being arrested, escaping, breaking out a lot of prisoners, to becoming a Chichibukai, to now becoming a Yonko. What'd you say?
Buggy got arrested. People think that was his plan. Buggy got arrested at the same time Ace did, and they said the people broke out with Luffy and Buggy, and they know Luffy went there to save Ace. They think that was probably part of Buggy's plan to save Ace, because Ace is his son.
Do you guys think that if Shanks died, do you think Buggy would be sad? Or do you think Buggy would not care?
I actually think that Buggy would care.
Yeah.
He acts like he's pissed off. Shanks. Like he acts mad, like a brother would like fight, but he wouldn't even try to attack him or anything.
I mean, I think he would be sad, but he wouldn't show it. He would just lie and say he wasn't sad. Because
I really do think he would lie. He'd probably be lying. You probably see him turn around with one of his faces with like once not coming out of his nose.
I think he'll do the whole thing. I think he'll do the thing where he'll cry, and then like a lot of people will be like, "What's wrong?" And he's like, "I got something in my eyes,"
Yeah, like I got something in my nose. My precious nose.
Actually, imagine how amazing it would be if Buggy does become drunk. Because think about it, as a captain, your dream is you want to make sure that when you're gone, your people are doing good. So imagine how proud Rogers would be of Red Hair right now. Of him. Yeah. He went and did his own thing, became his own man, even climbed the ranks to even become a Yonko. And it makes you think the same thing. I've been telling people all the time. I'm like, people are saying that it's gonna be Kid, Hawkins, Law, and Luffy Yonkos. I'm like, I don't see that happening. It's gonna be I can guarantee that Buggy's gonna be one. I don't think any other person right now fits. And the reason I think Buggy's one is just because he is very charismatic to the point where he can convince people. Like he has God on his side. He has something. He has pure luck on his side. So
I think he has the devil's luck.
What'd you say?
Devil's luck.
Yeah. So
yeah, the devil's luck.
So if if Buggy does become Yonko, that means that one of the current Yonkos has to die. So,
Big Mom. Big Mom.
Big Mom would die?
Big Mom will be the perfect Yonko. No, Big Mom or Kaido will be the perfect Yonkos. Because if Kaido dies and the world government thinks that it was Buggy instead of the Straw Hats, obviously, and everything, that will make Buggy look right now like he's the ultimate up here. And you know how Oda likes to do with Buggy, where Buggy, the government thinks so highly of him, and in reality he's just an idiot, you know. And then the other person will be Big Mom because her territories are like Fishman Island and all these places where, you know, they're kind of like, I mainly think Fishman Island right now because it's the only place we've seen so far. But Fishman Island being kind of like the gateway, I feel like Jonkos do control who can go through and not. I feel like Buggy won't care. I think all Buggy cares about is money, which I think any island can actually give him money if he asks for. Because all he cares about treasure. So Big Mom wants candy, you know. And I'm like, of course, you know, candy is kind of like a weird request. But then you have Buggy asking for treasure. I'm like, well, they're fishermen, right? They're like shipwrecks. They can look for treasure very easily and give it a Buggy. And even if they didn't give Buggy treasure, I don't think Buggy's the type of character that will kill a whole country, like a whole island, just because he didn't get his treasure. Because Buggy's not that ruthless, honestly. He's just...
The only time I've ever seen him attack an island is he threatened to shoot it with his buggy bomb, and that was it.
Yeah.
And he's just trying to leave.
I also, it's the movie, it's the special, what's it canon? The 2D, the...
3D 2Y?
Yeah, was that canon?
I think so.
I don't think the movie is canon. They have facts, but they're not canon to the actual storyline, because Oda made a statement where he don't want the movies to be canon because it'd be unfair for the manga only.
Yeah. See, the reason I say that is because in that movie it showed the great, like, Buggy did show like he had some respect for Luffy, and that he actually legitimately cared for Luffy. So
that there might be a fact, because there are true facts in it. Just the actual what happens, the story itself isn't.
Yeah, because I do think that he legitimately does like Luffy. I think Luffy reminds him a lot of both Shanks and Roger, and we know that Shanks and Buggy were good friends, and of course, Buggy has major respect not only for Roger, but he has some major respect for the Dark King, and he knows that he was trained by Rayleigh. So I feel like that's why Luffy he's at the point now where he's kind of like, okay, clearly there's something special about this kid, and we need to, you know, I need to give him that respect, you know, that. I also think that Luffy won a lot of points with him when Luffy just gave him the little whatever it was to Buggy during Impel Down without asking.
John's trigger.
Yeah, without asking for anything. He just gave it to him just like that.
Buggy was touched. Like, he was in all shock. Like, Buggy was thinking about backstabbing and everything, and Luffy handed it to him. He felt bad, didn't even want to leave.
Yeah, that's why I keep telling people, I'm like, just like you guys said earlier with Smoker, that obviously Smoker's gonna have a big role in the show because he's a recurring character, and I think Buggy's the same way, and I do feel like Buggy's gonna have a bigger role in this show, whether it could be him being a Yonko that allies himself with Luffy, I can see that happening, or whether it's just him lending Luffy a hand in battle. I mean, obviously Buggy's not that strong, but if he does have the numbers, you know, and he does have like his little quirks and tricks up his sleeve. And right now, I mean, last time we saw him, his crew was looking pretty legit. Like, it was pretty big. It's probably bigger than his old one that he had, you know. And he does have Elvira. Yeah, he does have Elvira, Mr. Free.
Plus his new crew.
Yeah, so he got Mochi, Kabachi, you know, he got Elvira and Gabino, because he's not Mr. 3 anymore. So
yeah,
he got the majority of people from first, second, third block, don't he?
What'd you say?
Yeah.
Yes, the majority of the people from first, second, and third block.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's I wanted to bring up something about the crocodile. This is just a weird thing that I wanted to see sometime. And that is that, do you know that if you heat sand, it can turn into glass?
Yes.
Yeah, that's something. I don't know how he would use it, but I really would like.
I would actually
I would
love
like
to
to
see
see him
Hulk
just.
Hogan's blast attacks. I would be a really big fan of that.
Yeah, yeah, that would
Yeah,
be really.
another thing that makes me think is, okay, so Mihawk, does he use hockey on his sword?
Maybe that's why it's black all the time. Maybe
Well,
it's
the reason I'm
hockeyed up.
asking is because I remember in Dressrosa, he told Zoro that, like a chip on your sword is kind of like a disgrace for the swordsman. And, Zoro, so it makes me think, did he slice Buggy in Marineford? Was that with hockey? I mean, is Buggy not affected by that, Because Buggy's devil fruit is, he's immune to slash attacks, so. I don't know. I like his character a lot. I really wish they do show us a lot. I mean, we know more about Buggy than we know about both Dragon and Kaido combined, and Big Mom. So we know more about Buggy than all four Emperors put together right now. So I do wish, though, they'll the whole awakening thing. I love it because now kind of there's so many possibilities now with characters, like with certain devil fruits, especially people like Foxy. I think Foxy. I'm like, dude, if Foxy was an idiot, like you give that fruit to anybody else.
Foxy was a badass, was it though? You gotta admit, when he fought, he knew how to use it. In combat?
Yeah.
Well, maybe if he trained some more, maybe he could.
I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna go get something to eat. Thanks for having me.
Oh yeah.
Appreciate that. Right.
Well, see you, Admiral.
See ya.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, are there any questions in the chat?
The legend.
R.I.P.
Hold on. Let me introduce you.
Alright.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages, with us we have not just anybody, not just a supernova. He's higher than a Junker. He is higher than Admiral. We're talking about one of the Gorosei members, the legend, Mac.
Hey, hold your tongue, Sakazuki. Yo, R.I.P.
Welcome.
Thanks, Mickey.
And the crowd
feel
goes
honored
wild.
I feel honored to be a part of such a great cast of people. Talk about that One Piece.
Thank you.
Greatness.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Same to you. Well,
Okay.
Hey Mac, what do you what is one of your favorite? I don't know. Do you want to bring up something about Alabasta? Something special that you really enjoyed?
Yo, Alabasta, Vivi, and Luffy, yo. That argument, though. It's bringing back them feels. The man hit her, yo. I was like, what? Let's go, Luffy. No holds bar.
Yeah. I mean, who's your if you couldn't choose Crocodile, who's your favorite Baroque member?
Oh, yo. Bon Clay, yo. Just for facts, like Bon Clay, man.
Bon Clay for the win.
Yes, Bon Clay greatness.
You know what bothers me?
I can't think anyone else.
You know what bothers me about Mr. One? So he can turn his body into like weapons, like knives, right? I'm like, bro, just cut your fucking unibrow off. Just like.
Yeah, you could imagine him shaving.
I mean,
yo, he's on the.
He's
Anthony Davis in One Piece.
You just turn his body to steel on this.
Yeah. Maybe he could vibrate his finger like in super speed, like.
Well, he did that with his arm, so yeah.
Yo, have you guys seen the new Planet Nerdum banner?
No.
Yo, Kakashi greatness.
Yeah,
Kakashi greatness.
We did that caption contest, and Kristen won.
Yeah, I hope I can finish the banner that I want to be placed there.
That's looking nice, Miki.
Yeah, that one's
One Piece. I hope I'm still coloring it. I want it to be perfect. I'm a perfectionist.
I'm hyped for that.
Flames.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but So, are there any more questions about regarding Alabasta, or are we just free balling right now?
Well, we're free balling for a little bit, but I want to cover like how did each fight make you feel? At the big finale, when everyone's marching in to save EV in the country, when they split up.
Hold on. Okay. I'm addressing the chat room real quick because I heard somebody say that Hawkins is weak. So first of all,
oh no.
First of all, okay. All right. First of all the supernovas are not weak. I can tell you right now. They're like, I have said this 100 times, and you guys are quite tired of me saying this. Every supernova, all 13, or not 13, all 11 of them. No, actually, no, not 11. Like 9 of them are based on real life characters, and yes, Luffy trained with the Dark King. That's cool and fun, everything, whatever. But do you think these guys were, like, while Luffy was stationary in one place, Luffy gained his strength not by training. He gained his strength from fighting and experience. We haven't seen him train a day from wherever he left. What's the name of his town? Shelltown, I think it was, or no? Whatever town he's from. We saw him leave from there all the way to Marineford. He did not train one single day. Everything that Luffy has done, he learned from experience. So saying that, like, is that something that's unique to Luffy? Hell no. You have Sanji that does the same thing. We haven't seen Sanji train at one time, not just once. He's always cooking, doing something, and he gets stronger and stronger through experience. So you can only assume that the supernovas who are already in the New World before Luffy even got there are even stronger. Especially Hawkins, because Hawkins took down the Rumbeer pirates, went to the New World, and he's just been there with no problem. He's not captured anything. You have, of course, Kid, who's the crazy one out of all 11 of them. He goes there, and he has Killer. The difference between the advantage that Luffy and Kid have is that they both have a vice captain, and their vice captain is freakishly strong. So you have two forces to be reckoned with. So think about Kid going into the New World and all the experiences. We know he took down a bunch of Big Mom's ships, right? How weak can he really be if he's taking down Big Mom's ships just like that? Because if you think about it, I'm like, okay, so the Going Merry struggling to go against this little bitch or Big Mom's boat, but he just took down, and we don't even know if that's Big Mom's main boat either. We're just assuming that is. That
But we do know that when Kid took down the ships, we do know that he caused enough damage to give her money problems.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of people keep saying that the supernovas are trash because Luffy trained with Rayleigh. I'm like, that's cool and everything, but most of these characters and the way that One Piece works is they go through experience. So right now, all the supernovas, probably not Bonnie, but the supernovas have more experience than Luffy as of right now, because in those 2 years, they didn't just stay still. They actually went on and did their own thing. Just like Law delivered the 100 hearts to the Marines, meaning that he spent whatever time he spent delivering 100 pirate hearts to the Marines. That's a way of telling us that Law has gotten stronger. Has Law trained? Probably not. He probably learns through experience just like Luffy does, because that's, for One Piece logic, somehow, for some reason, that's how people get stronger. So saying that, that one will be weaker than the other one based on solely just because one was trained by Ridley, it makes no sense. So I did say that I made a joke in the chat about Hawkins will be the one to defeat, I do think the Alliance is going to go down. The Alliance is going to take down. They might not take down Shanks, but they might do the damage. I really do feel though that a lot of people are like, oh, they're going to get wrecked. I'm like, I don't know, because
And if you look at it this way, they might just do enough damage for Blackbeard to come in there for their fight.
Yeah. Well, my thing is, I have 3 simple theories. My first theory is that there's a 4th person we don't know about, and it might be Crocodile, because Crocodile wanted to take down Whitebeard really bad during Marineford just so he can become Jonko, knowing that if he took Whitebeard out and he became a Jonko, you still have the 3 admirals to deal with right there, right? You also have to remember that so Crocodile might be an option to me, that he might be the person behind the scene. And if he has Crocodile, I can guarantee you that Crocodile has either some people. He has Mr. One, which we know he's very good, and we know he has to have other members that he's recruited. He's not just going to have a bunch of fodders. Then my second option for who could be helping him was the 7 Chichibukai, because we know that the warlords take advantage of the system, but we know that the warlords are taking advantage of the system, so why would the 7th warlord not be doing the same thing, right? So they could be using the Kid alliance to further themselves. And then the 4th option, of course, is Blackbeard. Blackbeard can be, they can be working together to take down. I honestly do think though that a lot of people are just, I'm like, it's Oda. Do you really think Oda's just gonna? Why will Oda write a story where we know, like, if we knew that Kid is just gonna walk in with his alliance and get wrecked and then walk out, why would we want to read that? No, it's Oda. He clearly has something planned. You never know.
Yo, John.
Yeah.
Well, you know how people when Luffy said he was going after Kaido, and people said, yeah, it's gonna be down the road. But when Kid said he's going after Shanks, everyone thought it'd be like right away. I'm like, yo, chill, yo. He's not gonna go to Shanks right away and say, let's fight. He's not gonna do that. There's gonna be a time period before it's a target. That's his target, his goal. Like, that's what I see people are saying. People are saying, yo, R.I.P. Kid, yo, Kid's gonna die. Yo, chill. Kid ain't gonna jump into Shanks.
My thing is, you have to remember, we also don't know. The reason I say Hawkins is the key component to that whole alliance right now is because, think about it. You have Kid who's brute force. He can disarm people with weapons, right? Obviously, because of his devil fruit. Now, you also have to remember. You have to remember, we don't know if these guys have awakened their devil fruit. That's another part. What if all 3 of them have awakened devil fruits?
Maybe Hawkins know even more. Kind of fortune telling powers now. So maybe.
Now here's the thing. But here's the thing, like you said though, because I'm about to hit that. Let's say no awakening, just for the sake of this. So you have Kid who can disarm people and possibly pick up a whole ship, depending on how much metal's on it, right? You have Hawkins, or let's go back. You have Scratchman who can take out hordes of enemies because of his suit, because of his devil fruit, right? And you can only assume that in 2 years he obviously perfected his devil fruit or even got better at it. So he can take out armies, hordes of them, because of his devil fruit being so, being sound music, whatever. And then comes Hawkins, and this is what I think Hawkins might be. Hawkins is either going to be I think we can all agree he's a Soen. You know what I mean? He's a Soen.
Yeah, so. some kind of Soen, mythical Soen, of course.
That's what I think he is. If he has the voodoo fruit like everybody assumes he has, he can do curses on people, right? He might be able to do curses. He might be able to slow down, lower your, how like curses will lower your defense or like make you slower or like drowsy or poison you and so on. Those are things that we don't know if Hawkins can do. And if Hawkins can do that, I mean, any little advantage you can have against a Junko will be beneficial. You know what I mean? So you also have to remember when Kizaru was shooting Hawkins, and people around him, and people around him could be dying. I'm like, he could be doing that. He could do that to all of Shanks' crew. We don't know how it works.
If it's the voodoo fruit, wouldn't he be able to like reanimate stuff too? Like make zombies of some sort? Like maybe make them into puppets, like kind of like those voodoo puppets, voodoo dolls.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Well, the reason I say that is because I'm like, we don't know how the little voodoo dolls work. I'm like, maybe is it something where he does something and he creates one of anybody around him. So if I'm Shanks, right? And I slash him once, and I see like one of my crew members dies, I'm not slashing him again. You get what I mean? So we don't know how these guys. There's a reason Oda picked these 3 guys, and when you look at their powers, and when you look at their attitude, because of course, Killer and Hawkins are more of a planning guy. Those 2 are clearly they're the ones that come up with the plans, and then the other 2 are just muscle heads. We know that Scratchman Appo or Apu, whatever, because Oda made it very clear. He's like, he messed up the base, and they're like, oh, why'd you mess up my base? He's like, oh, I had to make sure there's no snipers. That lets you know that Scratchman has that mentality. He's tactical. He knows. He looks around. He's smart. So when you grab all of these characters...
Remember the moment when he was running from the boars? And he's like, he knew that his crews had no chance. He was like, let's just get out of here. Let's just run it.
And he's also the only one that actually... I don't want to say he did damage, but he did the most damage to Kizaru, who is an admiral and everything. And I'm thinking, if he was in a Logia, he would have died right there. So when you look at all 3 of these characters,
no one else got a solid hit.
Yeah, and like here's the thing too. When you think about it, is yes, they might not beat Shanks, but they might weaken him enough for somebody else to come in and get the kill. Maybe Blackbeard, maybe Crocodile, who knows? Maybe the 7th Chichibukai. but I do feel like a lot of people are underestimating these guys because I'm like, first of all, you're putting Shanks on this god level, and we don't know anything about him. The closest thing we only seen him do two impressive things. The first time was he broke Whitebeard's ship when he used hockey, and he stopped the war. Then he stopped the Magma Fist with a fodder sword because we don't know anything about it. So for now, it might be a random ass sword, So his hockey's on fleek. That's all we know. And I'm like, we're putting him in such a like high level. I'm like, yes, he's a Yonko, but you have to remember we don't know anything about him. So Blackbeard, arguably, you could say is the weakest Yonko. Would you say that just Yonko does not mean power? It just means a position. Now, being a Yonko does mean that you have a lot of people who are under you and so on. But that's all that it's kind of guaranteed. Like, that's it.
To be a Yonko, you just gotta get that kill in the last Yonko.
Yeah.
And really, you don't have to be that strong. You just need to be weakened. If that Yonko's weaker, you can take him. You just
I'm not saying that Shanks is gonna get destroyed by them. I think Shanks.
I don't think that at all.
Because a lot of people are forgetting Shanks. It's not just Shanks. You have Ben Beckham's, Lockaroo, Rockstar, all those guys. So Jasop.
You see a lot of people like him get owned pretty easily since the time skip.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying is I think that he might not like they might not even be able to get Shanks. They might take out some of Shanks' people, and then you might have somebody like Beckham's that takes them out. But that's still good enough. That still weakens his crew. You know what I mean? So that's still good enough for Blackbeard to come in with like Lafitte, Doc Q, and all these other people. Shiryu, Aokiji, who's with them now supposedly. So I'm like, yes, the Kid Alliance, they might weaken Shanks' crew enough for somebody else to come in and actually attack Red Hair. That's how I think it's going to go. I don't think they're going to defeat Shanks. Now, if they defeat Shanks, though, shit's going to hit the fan because we all know that Luffy's going to flip a gasket and he's going to go after them. The other way it can happen is...
Well, we know Luffy might actually meet up his kid beforehand and persuade him to a different target, like Big Mom or Kaido.
Yeah. This can also be Oda's way of trying to throw us a curveball and have the kid and them alliance going after Shanks, but something happens where they have to go against a different one, or their path is blocked by a certain Jonko. Because I'm like, well, who's taking down Big Mom then? Because if Luffy and Ace are going after Kaido, I'm assuming Bonnie. I'm saying it right now. Bonnie's going after Blackbeard. That's it. That's an obvious one. She hasn't stated it, but I feel it's kind of obvious. So I'm like, so nobody's going after. Yeah, nobody. Yeah, and I'm like, nobody's going after Big Mom. That's a little weird for me. We know Aruj has nothing to do with the Yonkos as of right now.
It's always Capone, Big Mom behind him. You don't know what's got that.
Yeah.
And Capone said, "Yo, let's get Caesar, capiche, father." So like, I think they're gonna have like a, and Sanji's on Big Mom shit. So like, they even though Luffy's going for Kaido, who knows? Maybe they can see Big Mom and have like a fight or like a little scrimmage. But then in the end, you know that Lola's gonna come clutch.
Oh yeah, Lola hype.
The Lola greatness.
Sanji might actually see Capone and recognize him. He was one of their generation.
Yeah, but yeah, that's true. See, I think another thing that they could do is because I think that if Sanji, because we all know Sanji's gonna have a fight. He's gonna have a fight against somebody. Because I'm like, dude, we haven't seen him in 2 years. We haven't seen his new power up. If Oda doesn't show us a fight, I'm like, if he defeats Peckham and Tamago, that does look really bad because it kind of makes Big Mom's crew look kind of weak. So I'm like, Capone's the perfect person for Sanji to go against, and you can still say like, wow, Sanji's really strong. He just got a supernova,
Well,
yeah.
By the way,
proves that he can do stuff. There has to be something for Sanji to do without too much, because you can't expect him to take out Big Mom by himself.
See, I do want him to go against Tamago or Peckham's, especially because you guys see my theory about electricity. That'll be the perfect thing for him to do against Peckham.
I actually had a theory about Tamago having the kind of a Easter bunny theme to him since the egg, and I thought that maybe he could have kind of a rabbit Zoan. Then, but obviously he's still long leg tribe, so in any case, it will be lots of kicks flying around. So I think that's a logical choice for Sanji to face Tamago. It would be the
Once
first
long.
long leg tribe. The first long leg tribe he has faced, right? He hasn't faced any long leg tribes yet.
No.
His
I
first
think
Oh,
when the
okay.
long leg tribe were introduced, I think that guaranteed Sanji a fightless one at least.
Hmm. Well, I was just going to bring up something too. If Corazon was still alive, he would wouldn't he be the natural enemy of Apu? Like he could just mute everything, and
Yeah,
Apu
that's
couldn't
true.
do shit. Yeah, I've been
Yeah,
thinking about that.
never even
So
thought of
yeah, I mean he wouldn't
it.
be able to do shit.
That was very powerful.
Yeah.
Yo,
So
don't underestimate Apu. Apu will
Or
go up
even
there,
yeah,
take his long
I
arms
know.
to the joints, and slap across the
greatness.
face.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm most hyped for Apu, and I actually like Capone's ability
Yeah.
too. Um,
Yeah,
I
I want
like
to see what he will be able to do with it.
yeah,
If he's awakened, oh my gosh, it's gonna be incredible.
yeah. I
See, I
mean,
think the only reason Scratchman, its character, honestly, is so Brook has somebody to go against. I feel like Scratchman is gonna align himself with Blackbeard, and that way Brook has somebody to go against. That's the only reason I see him. I see no use in having him.
oh really? Well,
Yeah.
I don't know if I can agree with him joining Blackbeard, but
No, not joining the crew, being an ally, because yeah.
okay.
Because
Well,
I can see Scratchman's not really like he hasn't been shown he hasn't been shown to be the greatest guy, and like the way he acts is just, I don't know, he just screams Blackbeard to me, like he's gonna join them.
hmm. Well, I don't know. Maybe I mean since but he's already allied with Kid, so I mean that would be really far into the story.
But you have to remember, Robin said that, Pirate Alliance usually end up with double crosses.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, of course.
Rougeau
Well,
though, who do you guys
yeah,
think is who do you guys think is coming there?
Bro, you don't know who it is? It's so obvious. It's Vivi.
Oh no!
Oh my goodness! Oh my damn!
Bro,
It's like
bro.
I hope it's someone. I mean, it'd be really interesting if it's Vivi, and but it's
Yo,
still a
the
cover
really thing that
story.
was interested me, his wounds really interested me, cause like I made a theory about how he was getting hit by a you remember that lightning island that like rains lightning, and like his food has something to do with karma, he always says karma or something like that. So like I thought like if he was getting hit, maybe he was getting hit by those lightning for like those whole 2 years training and getting ready to get his revenge on Anaru. And now, are you ready to rumble?
Yeah, well, or maybe
Hey,
it's
guys.
someone.
Hey guys, I have to get off though. I have to get something to eat. I think they brought food.
Yeah,
So
I
thank you.
I
Thanks
have
for having
to.
me.
Yeah, cool having you, Captain.
All right, see you guys.
See
Peace
ya.
out, John.
Peace out.
And then there were the Three Musketeers. I
Monster
actually,
Trio.
yeah, I actually need to get off soon too because it's almost midnight here. But
Oh,
midnight
it's
will,
midnight.
yeah, midnight will be my sort of deadline. So so I can talk for 15 minutes more.
Yeah,
So
same. I'll just be on for 50. I think. What is Axel saying? Yo, Axel, are you there?
I think he turned off his sound for some reason.
Oh, okay.
Well,
So I think
are there any?
it's gonna be a new host for the stream, huh? Either me or you.
Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be, or maybe we'll battle for the captain position. Who is the vice captain now? Well,
It's time.
yeah, it's time.
So now Scratch! Check it out.
Well, I mean, what do you think will happen to Uruj now? I mean, is it just him and Enel going to face off at one point, or
Like
will...
at first I thought they were gonna face off, but like with this, the way Otis set it up, it was like it said somebody's coming, and like it was on a cloud island. So I don't know, like I don't know if he's ready to even fight Enel at that time because he's so injured. So I think maybe they might just talk. They might just talk, and Enel might
maybe
bring
it's
him
an
in instead
ally,
of
an old
yeah.
ally to Enel. Maybe that what's he called? One of those holy soldiers. Maybe Ohm. Maybe
I'm
it's
back.
Ohm.
Mickey,
I
Oh,
do
hi,
leave a
Andy.
little bit.
do you guys believe that none of the do you
I have to
guys
take care of
believe that
something.
none of the supernovas will die? Oh
I
yeah,
really don't
Nobles?
think Superman will die.
Oh.
A lot of people keep bringing up they'll die. I really don't think a single one will die.
I see.
Okay.
I see. Yeah, to be honest, I don't see any of them dying. I see them getting defeated, but I don't see any of them dying.
Yeah, I
I
see
see
plenty being beat, but I don't see any of them dying. I think it'd be kind of pointless to bring up all these rivals and kill them off.
I
Yeah,
feel
I
like
don't
in
see.
the end of story of One Piece, they're gonna, you know, how they're gonna show like the epilogue, like how everyone, what's everyone doing after like 10 years. I think they're gonna show all the supernovas what they're doing at the time. You know, just like, oh, here's a Rougeau chilling in the Sky Islands. Everyone's gonna be having like everyone's gonna be chilling, you know, and showing what they're doing after 10 years. So I feel like them surviving.
I don't believe that
I
anyone will
actually do
be
think that
killed
it's one
either.
supernova I see dying.
No, yeah,
Which,
I
well, he was supernova.
I mean, I don't
He's not
see.
the worst situation, but it's now Yonko, Blackbeard. I see him dying.
Who?
Really?
Blackbeard.
Blackbeard? Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Well,
Blackbeard.
maybe.
Oh yeah, yeah, Blackbeard.
Yeah, it would be logical.
Technically, he's
He's
a
been.
supernova of the worst generation.
Yeah, he's been.
Yeah,
He's been
the
avoiding
supernovas
it,
are
right?
the supernovas of the worst generation plus Blackbeard.
Yeah, Blackbeard's considered one.
11 supernovas and plus.
I see
He's
him dying.
considered the worst generation.
Yeah. Well, I see. As I said, I don't see any supernova dying. I can see some of them, you know, of course, getting really close to dying, but never actually dying. I mean,
Actually, you know what? I think maybe the ones that I think that might die, Capone looks like one that he just might die, yo.
well,
The way he's like, the way
maybe.
he's portraying himself, he's under Big Mom. He looks like he doesn't look like he looks like a kind of guy. He's like a selfish guy, you know. Like even when you saw him when you first introduced him, man, the guy stuck a fork in his own crewmate.
I really don't
in his
think
own
he'll die.
chest.
The thing about him is, because Zasha Capone,
Mhm.
he got caught for something really stupid. So I see him being caught for something stupid, but not dying.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, what do you guys think about the whole theory about Bonnie being like someone's daughter? Like she's being. I hear a lot of theories. Like
I mean, obviously she's someone's daughter. How else should she get born? But
I mean, yeah, but someone's, you know, like like Big Mom's daughter, or the next theory I hear she's daughter to some either
Akainu?
Whitebeard or what it was. Yeah,
I heard
Akainu.
Whitebeard, Akainu, and Big Mama. I heard those three ones. Yeah,
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean,
it's possible, but I don't really see it that much.
yeah, I mean, I understand kinda, but I don't see any evidence for it. I don't understand where people get it from. Like
the
she
Whitebeard is because she was crying after Whitebeard's death. The Kino because he didn't kill her, and Big Mom because of lipstick.
the lipstick part. I mean, what does that tell
Not
you
prove
about
anything.
anything?
Like,
Yeah.
what was her
Punk
name?
Clay has lipstick.
Mermaid?
Punk
She
Clay
hadn't seen
has
lipstick.
lipstick.
What did you
There's
say,
been several
Mac?
people.
Yeah, a lot of people have those lipstick, that style of lipstick that Big Mom has. So I feel like that theory, the lipstick thing, has been it's kind of debunked. The one daughter, which I think it's 99% guaranteed, but I don't know if Oda will just trick us all because I feel like the Lola is just Big Mom's daughter, or and not biological daughter, or just like, you know how like in the crew they call her Mama. I think maybe that's what they call her in her crew, Mama. So if you see my mom, that's what you're gonna say. Like in Capone's crew, they call him father when they're really not. I don't think they're really he's really their father. It's just like the way their slang is.
Father.
Yeah, pops. Yeah, so I feel like Big Mom's not really Lola's mom, but it's more like that's what they call her. Even Bobbin is like, "Yo, Mama, I destroyed an island. Where's my candy?"
Yeah. Well, by the way, there's a question here in the chat, like if Oda will maybe kill off a whole bunch of characters, like at some point, maybe during the final war or something. What do you guys think about that?
I see
I see
multiple,
characters dying.
not a lot. I see
And like, yeah, you're right.
Kina maybe dying, Blackbeard, like certain key figures, but not a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, I feel like Oda has made like One Piece has its kind of tone. When there is death, there's gonna be he brings death. Yeah, it's massive, but like I feel like he's trying to make the story not like too much dark, not too dark.
Yeah.
The last war will be dark, but like he's not trying to make it like extremely like everyone's dying left or right. Oh, you dead.
Yeah.
You dead. Like fodder,
Yeah.
they're gonna die. Yeah, the fodder people are gonna die.
Yeah, it's not
Like,
Hunter x Hunter. People don't die a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
One Piece says people more likely will live in One Piece. The deaths are they're either very important or they hit you hard.
Like Ace, I was shocked to be honest, like because the way that all the effort they put into it, like from Empo down to Marineford, like I thought Ace was gonna survive. And when he was free, I was like, yo, Ace is living, yo. And then I see Kainu right through his chest.
Oh,
it hurts.
damn.
It hurts.
Yeah, well, was I the only one who, I mean, of course it was, heart-wrenching to see Luffy in that state, but I never got too much of a connection with Ace. I bet I'll be killed by everyone for this, but but yeah, I didn't cry or anything when he died.
I didn't cry, but like I didn't believe it. I was shocked.
Yeah, it was
like,
kind
I
of.
actually teared up. I won't lie, I actually teared up a little bit. I teared up mostly because of watching Luffy, not so much Ace died.
Yeah.
Oh, but the way the words that Ace was saying was pretty sad when he was saying like he finally wanted to live. Yeah, like he finally wanted to live, and then he dies. And Bon Clay, that moment with Bon Clay was for like I feel like that was my moment. Like oh my gosh, the man he keeps when Luffy said, "Why do you keep on protecting me? Why do you keep on sacrificing yourself for me?" And he said, "Because I'm your friend." Oh man, that was some next level stuff. Info down Venus.
Yeah.
That's why Bon Clay. That's why Bon Clay made his legend. That's why Bon Clay is a lot of people's favorites.
Yeah, he's my favorite.
Oh, come away.
Yeah. Oh, come on.
Gambare, Luffy.
Yeah. I can't wait. I can't. What are you gonna say?
I'm gonna end the stream in 10 minutes, so let's wrap this up.
Yeah. Okay. Well, are there any final questions? Maybe we should just ask for random questions then, or questions about Alabasta, or just random questions.
We covered Alabasta mainly in the first half, so we should.
Okay.
We should get so many last questions on it. If no one has any more questions on Alabasta, we move on. Whatever.
Yeah. Any questions? Does it have to be related to One Piece?
No. It's the last 10 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. Any questions? Give us all. Be right back.
Also, as you see, I've been reviewing One Piece. If you want to recommend any other animes, I can start reviewing them as well. So if you leave them comments and stuff, I will review other animes.
Oh yeah, what anime do you want to review mainly?
I chose One Piece since it's the most popular in the groups I'm in, but I really do want to start Yu Yu Hakusho. But I do also will tend on doing games and stuff. But I want to start a couple anime reviews first.
Yeah, I'm actually really hyped for getting a PS4 because I hear a lot of people are playing the J-Stars Victory.
I've never owned a PS4, so I kinda don't.
Well, yeah. I just got my pirate hat. I don't know. Last 10 minutes. Time to be random. Pirate greatness. Well, any questions in the chat?
Mac, when did you lose your virginity?
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Well, that's a bit of an interesting.
We actually covered that a while back. We do think the crocodile is stronger than most people.
I didn't lose it. Big Mom stole it.
Yeah, big Mom is still waiting for her candy. She can't wait. The reveal.
Oh, I'll tell you right now, Korea, Big Mom, those two, incredible, incredible. Dr. Korea.
Well, any other animes that you want to review next, Axel or Tyler?
Like I said, you actually have the big one I want to do. I do. I mean, I kind of tend to do like Dragon Ball Z, Bleach, and I cover all the big ones. But I mean, I wouldn't even mind doing fairy tale or some like even stories that people don't really care that much for. Like, I mean, not that I don't care, but get a lot of hate.
Yeah, I remember when I started reading Fairy Tail, I was actually like, "Whoa, this is kind of like One Piece." But then I understood that it was later when the anime came out. I understood that it was mostly fan service.
I enjoyed Fairy Tail for a while. I still read it, but a lot of it like ticks me off time to time. Like
I remember when people.
Oh, but he's my friend.
Like I marathon Fairy Tail, and there's some things that bother me, but like when you're marathoning it, like people are telling me like people hated the Grand Magic games. I'm not gonna like the Grand Magic games is not the best, but like when you're marathoning it, you can keep on going through episodes and you can catch up and you can forget about those bad moments. So that's why I caught Fairy Tail pretty easily.
It's gonna get pretty hype.
Yeah, like the Taurus was pretty great. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Well,
Parasite the Maxim. Hey, Hawkeye Anime.
Parasite the Maxim. I haven't started watching that. I hear a lot of hype around it.
Oh, it's great. I watched it. Oh my gosh. Shinji. Migi.
Well, that tells me a lot, you know. I can
do words, that's all you need.
Yeah. Parasite and that. Oh my god.
Capone worked for Big Mom. Do y'all think? Capone, has he worked for Big Mom?
Capone?
Oh yeah, I think so. I saw her cake and her Jolly Roger in the side panel. So I'm pretty much 100% sure that he's working for Big Mom. And pretty much he said he's going for after Caesar. So like, I think that Big Mom has given all her people the order.
Theory that he's going to cover Big Mom, kind of like Stray Kids for Kaido, and Law sent Big Mom to get Caesar for him.
I mean,
maybe
isn't Capone a half? I mean, I always saw him as half pirate, half gangster. So maybe he's kind of like just a thug for hire.
Like pirate mafia.
Yeah, pirate mafia. So
Capiche,
he might.
father.
Yeah, capiche, spicy meatball. So he might just be working for the highest bidder. So yeah, it works for different people, I believe.
Big Mom don't care about money, so she'll probably like take the money to get me candy.
Yeah, so maybe he cares a lot for money, and he can get her candy or something.
Sounds fair.
Yeah. So I wouldn't be too surprised if he did, but maybe he's going to double cross her as well. Who knows?
Yeah.
No, the mafia's not meant to be trusted.
Well,
yeah, you did see Capone. He wants Capone is after that One Piece too. You know, like that guy is hungry for it.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to lose in the race. We can't lose to these guys.
I mean,
what I'm curious about is the time skip. The little panel they saw Capone ship get sucked up.
You know what? You know what? One Piece is the only series like where you like. There's so many flashbacks that we want to see. We want to see the supernovas we're doing. We want to see how the Yonkos like. We want to see so much of the admirals, everything, Luffy, everything, Sanji, everything.
One or two big flashbacks you want to see. One Piece, like I want to see this.
Yeah, like, I can't pick. There's so many things I want to see. There's flashbacks I want to see from a month ago. There's flashbacks I want to see from 5 hours ago with Sanji. There's so many flashbacks from years ago. Like, I mean, One Piece greatness. When Oda brings us all those flashbacks, oh my gosh. If he does, I'm not too sure right now. We're never gonna get them.
This Stone does got a point. Big Mom is the poorest Yonko. She has money issues, mainly because of kid.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And you know what? Big Mom knows Garp, so I want to see those flashback battles with Garp. You know. Because Big Mom knows she got them skills.
Maybe Big Mom was actually not a huge witch monster back then. Maybe she was actually just a normal woman.
Like Giola looks so much different in the past. Have you seen her?
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, so maybe like that,
I'm
that'd
gonna
be
ask
cool.
one more question. That's
Yeah,
all in the
so
comments. That was funny. Wouldn't y'all love to see a Admiral design around Chuck Norris?
of course. It's long overdue. Where is it? Or maybe the Chuck Norris fruit, the greatest fruit of all time.
The last words I want to say. Are we ending this?
Maybe
about
just
to.
Okay. The last words I want to say. R.I.P. Shanks. His 2 arms will be missed. That is all.
well, next time, next
Please another arm.
next stream we'll have to debate that.
Oh, that's gonna be a good one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well,
this
that's
was
a
a great
good way to close it.
The good way to close it. No one responds. End it now. End it. So I can't get ripped.
Yeah.
Okay. See ya.